now let's rewind. Hello YouTube friends and welcome to Aldo for another sewing projects for beginners. Today I am going to show you how to shear stitch or smock stitch. Now that's a mouthful. Right now sheared top and dresses are like super trendy. You can pretty much find them everywhere. H&M, Zara, Topshop, what else? ASOS, even Target. Without further ado, let's go back to the beginning of this tutorial to show you how I actually created this top. Before I get to sewing, I actually need to go to the post office so I can send some stuff that I sold on eBay. Yes. Now I'm back from the post office. It's time to get to sewing. So you will need two pieces of fabrics that measure 29 by 24 inches. And you use a lightweight fabric so it gathers really easy. After that, I am going to hem the neckline because it will be difficult to hem it when the fabric is already sheared. By the way, you guys, we just got back from shipping those items that I sold on eBay, and guess what? And then I'm just going to sew it here all the way to the other end. I mentioned earlier that I just got back from eBay, so we had a very interesting day today just because I almost sent the items to a scammer. So yeah, luckily we were able to go back to the post office and get the packages and sent it to the right buyer. So guys, if you are selling items on eBay, just be sure or just be aware that there are people out there that are willing or that are going to steal your hard-earned money. So just be careful. If you get an email at the last minute saying they want to change the address because it's going to be a surprise for someone, don't fall for that because I did. I was just being nice, but it was actually a scammer. So just be careful. So next time I am always going to remind myself when I list something online, just be careful that there are people like that. Now let's get back to sewing, shall we? Now that the necklines are done, it's time to shear the fabric or smock the fabric. And here I am using a small elastic. I think this is like an eighth of an inch. So I'm just going to place it close to the neckline and I'm going to leave about half an inch tail so I can easily grab the elastic as I sew. Don't forget to stretch the elastic as you sew, and I'm using a zigzag stitch and it's 1.4 stitch length. If you're wondering how much do I pull the elastic, it's up to you. If you pull it too much, then the gathers are going to be really tight, and then if you don't pull it too much, and then it's going to be not tight and it's going to be like wavy. So it's totally up to you. Be sure to test on a separate fabric to kind of figure out which one you prefer. Going to place the elastic the same way I did the first time, but this time I am placing it half inch away from the first elastic. And now I am going to backstitch. Now I am going to stretch two elastics just because you don't want to sew on a wrinkled fabric. After two rows of elastic, it should look like this. Hey, a sneak peek of my sewing area. After 12 rows of elastic, it should look like this. And keep in mind, your hands are gonna be tired stretching the elastic as you sew, but be patient. The result is going to be awesome. So basically, when I started my shearing, it is this length, okay? And then after I sheared it, it becomes half of that. And this is when I made a mistake, a novice mistake that should not happen because I am not a beginner, but this tutorial is for beginners, so it kind of worked out. You can see I chop off the fabric in half. If you are going to recreate this fabric, don't do this right here. All honesty, I actually ran out of elastic. That's why I decided not to shear the back panel. But a good blouse should have a sheared back as well. Here I am joining the side seams. Really nice from the front, but then when I turn around, back looks awful. So I am going to unstitch it and I'm going to gather stitch right here at the back. To try to revive this project, I am going to shear the waistline of the back panel, match the side seams, and I'm going to join them again. See, it doesn't look that bad anymore like what it was before. Really do recommend that you make another panel that looks like this one for the back piece of this blouse. I wish I didn't cut the fabric in half. That's so annoying. But anyway, guys, learn from my mistakes. So use the same amount of the fabric for the panel, for the front and the back. So you will have more flowiness to the dress or to the top. Now it's time to finish the hemlines. I'm just going to trim off the excess fabrics and I'm going to double fold it. Then sew it all the way around. This is optional. If you want to add straps, you can go ahead. But if you wear it as a tube top, this top is not going anywhere because it is super tight. It's not going to slide down. To create the shoulder straps, you will need 4 inches wide, about 18 inches long strips of fabrics. And then I am going to sew the side and leaving one end open so I can turn the fabric right side out. I really love sewing projects that doesn't require any sewing patterns, so if you enjoy this, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I should make one with sleeves on just because I really love this summer trend. It is super cute and very wearable. And then I am going to turn it right side out, making sure that the corners are on point. I'm gonna give it a quick pressing so it looks nice and it looks professional. Then place it on the neckline, place it where you want it to be or where is the most comfortable for you. So I tried on the top and I actually adjusted it. And then I realized that I cannot take this off just because it has pins. So I ended up just placing a pin where I want the straps to be. Oh my gosh, the pin just stabbed my back, you guys. Ouch. Now I'm just going to tack the straps where I placed the pins and the top is done. My mannequin is wearing this right now just because I can't really model it for you guys because it is kind of not modest. It is tube top with the straps on the shoulders. That's why I can't really try it on. But I know a lot of you guys want to know how to make this type of garment. That's why I decided to make it. So that's it, you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this simple sewing tutorial for beginner. If you like it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Be sure to click the necessary notification button so you will get notified whenever I post a new sewing tutorial for beginners. I will see you in the next one. Bye!